Hi there and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you the ultimate technique builder exercise. Now this is something I borrowed from Joe Satriani way back in the 90s, and I've literally played it every day since. It's going to massively help your speed, coordination and technique on the guitar, so stay tuned and I'll show you it in this video. So in this video then, we're going to learn what I've called the ultimate technique builder. If you haven't done already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and click that alert bell as well, just so you don't miss any videos that we post. So let's just get stuck into this then. This is going to be a technique exercise that, as I said, I stole from Joe Satriani, and I literally play this as a warm-up every single day. So before I get into it, it sounds like this. Okay, it's not necessarily the prettiest of things to listen to, however, it is amazing for building a great technique. So I'm going to show you the exercise, and then I'm going to show you some other ways you can practice it as well. So we're going to start off with our first finger, our index finger, in the 2nd fret on the low E string. And then all we're going to do, we're going to play one finger per fret. So we're going to play first finger in the 2nd fret, middle finger in the 3rd fret, 3rd finger in the 4th fret, little finger, your pinky, in the 5th fret. And then we're just going to do exactly the same thing down a string. 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 And the same thing on the high E. Okay, so let me just play that all the way through. So far we are literally just using all 4 of our fingers, index, middle, ring finger and our little finger, our pinky, in each of the frets 2, 3 and 4. Sounds like this. Okay, so that's it so far. So what we're going to do then, we're just going to shift up a fret to the 6th fret on the high E. We're going to keep our fingers where they are, and we're just going to go in reverse. We're going to go the other way. So we're going to play 6, 5, 4, 3, or little finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, 1st finger. And we're going to do that on every single string like this. Same on the B, 6, 5, 4, 3, and a G, same thing. Same on the D, and the A, and also on the E. Okay, so coming backwards, descending, sounded like this. Okay, so let me go right back to the beginning. I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to come back down. It sounds like this. Okay, and all I did then, just to finish it off, I just moved back a fret and we end up where we started, and that is it. So what we can do with that exercise then, we can loop it, we can go round and round. So I could move back to where I started and go up again. So I can go back up it, come back down. When I hit the bottom, I just move backwards a fret and I loop it again. Okay, and that is the exercise in its most basic form, and we're going to expand that a little bit all over the neck in just a second. So that's it. We can loop that round and round and round, and I recommend you doing that every single day, even if it's for 1 minute. That's all you need to do it for, and I guarantee this is going to help you get better at guitar. So a few things then to watch out for when doing this. I was alternate picking everything, which is down up picking. down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so you want to practice it like that with down, up picking. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And just be careful that you don't practice it too fast. You want all the notes to sort of sound clear. You want everything to be really organized and accurate. Okay, so if you find this sounds a bit like this, and notes are kind of sound a little bit scuffy, just slow it down. Which brings me to my next point, which is practicing it with the metronome. So absolutely 100% you want to be practicing this exercise with the metronome, which is what I'm going to do now. A few different ways you can practice it. You can practice it with various rhythmic subdivisions, but just for the nature of this demonstration, I'm going to do eighth notes, which are also known as quavers, and they sound 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and sounds like this. Okay, so that was with quavers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can practice them playing quarter notes, crotchets, triplets, sixteenths, just semi-quavers, whatever you like. Practice them with different subdivisions, but just the key is don't go too fast. If you're new to an exercise like this, keep it super, super slow. So even if you are literally going like this, that's okay. So start slow and gradually build up the speed over time. Now, if you're a bit more advanced, absolutely try this with various rhythmic subdivisions and try and push the speed a little bit. But the aim of this exercise, it's not really something we want to be shredding. It is just literally like a warm-up technique builder. So with that in mind, then let's talk about some technique stuff. When I'm playing this with alternate picking, okay, which is down, up, down, up. That's the first thing. If you notice, my wrist is fairly low, so I'm not like this. If I bring my wrist up too high and the palm of my hand is touching the neck like this, it's going to be really hard to stretch one finger per fret. So what you want to do then, you want to get this thumb roughly behind where your middle finger is. Okay, and the way I always see it is if you get your tip of your thumb, put the edge on the top of the neck and just roll it backwards, okay? So that fleshy part of your thumb there should be sitting roughly on the curve, the top of the curve on the back of the neck. Okay, and my thumb is sitting right behind my middle finger. You can see my wrist is nice and low, okay? I'm not like that. I've got a nice wrist, but I'm also at the same time, I'm not too low. And as I move through the scale, my thumb is coming down the neck with me. I'm not planting in one place and just moving my fingers. Everything is kind of moving slowly together. And the key with that is just pure coordination. You just want to take it slowly and gradually develop the speed. If you want to as well, you can do these with hammer-ons and pull-offs. So you could play one pluck per string and hammer them all on the way up. And then when we come down, one pluck, pull-offs. Now that is actually a little bit harder, so I recommend starting with a picked one first and then working your way up to that hammer-on and pull-off or legato version. So the next thing we're going to look at then is let's talk about moving this all over the fretboard. It can sound a little bit monotonous if we just play it in one place. So I'm going to show you now how we can move this up and down the neck. So I'm going to just play it through once. I'm going to put the metronome on at 140 BPM. I'm going to play eighth notes and I'm just going to go up and come back down. I won't go up too high, otherwise I'll be here forever playing this and it all sounds like this. Okay, so when I just went through that, I went to roughly about the 9th fret, but I could, if I wanted to, taking this all the way up the fretboard and all the way up back down. So let's talk about how we make these moves then. So previously, after we'd come down, we moved our first finger backwards a fret. But what happens if we move our first finger up a fret instead and we ascend up the pattern? So we're just playing 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and when we get there, let's shift up as well. So let's move our little finger up to the 8th fret and come backwards. Now, we'll do the same thing. We're going to move our first finger up to the 6th fret and we're going to go up. We're going to ascend. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to move up again. We're going to go up to the 10th fret and come backwards. So I could keep going. So all you need to do every time you get back to your first finger, you just shift up a fret, move up, and then up and come down. Exactly as I've just done that much. So I could just keep going and going and going and going. So let's just say then we've just come down. We've landed on our first finger and the 8th fret on the E string. Now, yes, I could move my first finger up and we could ascend, or I could move backwards a fret and go up. So this is descending down the fretboard now. So rather than normally, when we get to this point, we'd move up, I'm just going to shift backwards. And we'll shift backwards. And we'll shift backwards. And so on and so on. So we're shifting at the end of every cycle, we shift backwards rather than up. Okay, so let me just do that with a metronome, nice and clear. I'll do it at 120 BPM and I'm going to play 8th notes just so you can hear it again. And I'll go up to roughly the same sort of place that I did before. All sounds like this. So I'm going to move up this time, up. And I'm going to shift up again, up. Okay, I'm going to come backwards this time, so I'll be moving down, move down. Move down, move down, move backwards, and move backwards. Okay, and then we're back to where we started. So all of this is written out in the workbook that you can get below. So if you click the link below to the workbook, all of this is written out in tab notation if you want to just kind of get into that and have a look at that in a bit more detail. And that's it. That is the ultimate technique builder. So I literally play that. I'm not lying. I actually play that every single day of the week. Even if I have 2 minutes to practice guitar, I'm just going to play that exercise for a minute, up and down a few times, nice and slow to warm my fingers up just so I get everything nice and neat and tidy and really, really accurate. And I just find that it really helps me stay on top of my technique. Yes, there's loads of other exercises we can do. I just find that one of the easiest to remember and to play, but also, as I said, I've been playing this since the early 90s thanks to Joe Satriani. I stole it off him as a TV show where he played it, and I literally have done it every day since. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get in touch with myself, you'll see some links below. Come and check out our website, fretlix.com, where we have loads of great courses and lessons and live streams and that kind of thing. And if you want to, you can jump into our free Facebook group, which is the Become a Better Guitarist Facebook group. All the links are below. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you again soon.